will come again. That's a beautiful way to start a Just Pearly Things segment, because we must pray to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Peace be with you and also with you. This is a video from Pearl. You guys just threw it out there. It's short, so we'll do a quick one. It says, men should date multiple women. Whoa. Now, to be honest with you, on its complete face value, if I didn't know Pearl, I would say this is good advice. I think that everybody should date multiple people at a time. I don't think, or at the very least, I don't think it's bad. I think it's not a bad idea when you first start dating to date a few people at the same time. It doesn't mean you need to sleep with them. That's the hot take of the day. But yeah, you can go on a few dates. You can go, I would say, obviously there gets to a point where it gets a little more serious, and I get that. But there's nothing wrong with dating a few people. I used to date multiple people at the same time. But you don't have to sleep with them. But I'm going to assume, though, that knowing Pearl, this isn't, hey guys, we should all play the field before we commit. It's not that. It's more of men should be able to do whatever they want, and women should be like with one person. So, by the way, repping the I Heart My Wife shirt. Oh God, I feel wedgie. So, because I heart my wife. I heart her real bad. That's how. Anyway, let's see what she has to say.
All right, what up, guys? Welcome to the Just Pearly Things YouTube channel.
What up, guys?
Today, I'm going to be talking about why men should sleep around.
All right, that's not the same thing. Nobody should sleep around. If you got to get your wild oats out, do your thing. All right, get it out. All right, but like it doesn't mean you should. Everybody's different. Some people with very low testosterone, they don't like sleeping around. No, I'm just kidding. No, but some men don't want to sleep around. You don't.
Emily Davis super chatted $4.99.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Someone like me, where I got that dog in me, it helped to sleep around a little bit to like go through the motions. It was just kind of part of me. If you're not like that though, don't force yourself to the should. You should do a thing. Do what makes you happy, but be safe. Wear a condom. Seriously, guys. Seriously.
Now, before everybody calls me a grifter and a panderer, blah, blah, blah,
okay,
I want to talk about how I got to this conclusion.
I would love to, because I think that you're a virgin. Like, okay.
When I first...
I'm not even making a joke. I'm pretty sure, she never really dates. Nobody wants to date her. She definitely was given the, the frick me eyes to Destiny, though. Let's be real, okay?
Started reacting and getting into red pill content. This was something I vehemently disagreed with and was triggered by. I'm sure you could find some old videos of me speaking about why would you encourage sleeping.
Now it makes sense. After we watched that Brittany Venti video, which was very good, I'll link my reaction to it. But you should at the very least watch her video. Watching that Brittany Venti video on Pearl, it was revealing to a lot of stuff, and one of those things was that Pearl used to make a lot of she was in the manosphere. She would engage with the content, but she would disagree with everything. And I feel like this is kind of just trying to get ahead of, not get ahead of it, but like, guys, we should it's basically just a walk back of everything that she said, to be like, this was just how I used to think. What was really messed up that we learned in that video, though, is that there was a time where Pearl's ex-coach, this was really hard. This is kind of messed up. It was her coach for sports. And then once she hit 18, he started hitting on her and trying to sleep with her. And I don't know if I'd call that grooming, because grooming is an intentional, methodical process of setting somebody up for sexual exploitation, but it's certainly inappropriate. And she was like, yeah, this sucked. And her mom apparently was like, who cares? Get over it. And then the manosphere was telling her that she was the problem. So it's wild. I feel bad for her, but I would if she wasn't such kind of a stinky poop head, like a silly goose. But she's such a silly goose that it's hard to feel bad for her. Thank you so much for the 3-month sub, Silent Toe.
Around for anybody. Now, you have to understand that men sleeping around is really a reaction to women.
No.
Now, we have the top...
What, to make... Dude, come on. What does that mean?
Top guys, right? The 20% of men that just can get laid whenever they want. Now, a lot of these guys understand women a little bit better than the bottom 80%.
Sure.
Why do they understand women? Well, they've dealt with them.
No, they fuck around with a lot of girls, so they know how to manipulate them. Bro, listen, I understand that I'm fat, but fat women exist. It's not hard to get pussy. One of the things that blows my mind is how like it makes it seem like it's so difficult to get pussy in the manosphere. I'm a fucking obese fat man. I'm 6'4", and I always had like a decently paying job. The bar's on the fucking floor, guys. I'm also like reasonably intelligent. I've had my beta phases, but for the most part, it's never been like necessarily difficult to get to talk to women. Once you learn that you just have to be kind of a manipulative asshole, and I regret how I used to be, but all you have to do is have some confidence and make a woman feel like you're gonna date her, and with your plausible deniability language, like, yeah, I don't know if I'm looking for anything too serious, but I'm open to it. Blah. And then you can get women. They don't have to be the most attractive women in the world. It doesn't matter. Like a guy, usually this is the playbook for a fuckboy. All right, be a guy that's confident, and talk to girls a little less attractive than you, so that they think that like they're doing really well, and they're a little blinded by how handsome you are, and then have sex with them and then stop talking to them. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's not like it's the top 20% of, no, man, you just have to kick down one rung. All right? You just have to kick down one rung on the ladder, and it's kind of easy. You know, it's not like this super deep, incredible game of like, oh my God, like, oh, the top 20% of men do. I know something you don't know, bro. I just struck out a lot. Like you just struck out. You strike out a lot, and then eventually you find your confidence, and then like it's not that hard. You learn that you just need to. All you learn is that you need to like learn to fail. Like. Because of me, you swipe left on guys who are still figuring it out. Yeah, all you need to do is have some confidence and throw a decent pipe, and like you just fuck girls a little less attractive than you, and they're like on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that difficult. And just the reality is there's a lot of guys that need to build confidence, but then there's also a lot of guys who are just not shitty, so they're not going to do the fuckboy game. And you're a good man, because it's not nice the things that we would, you know. I know, like, it's just mean. I regret being such a piece of shit. Yeah, you missed 100% of the shots you don't take. Dude, like, I would, like, 1 out of every 20 women that I would hit on would actually fuck me. Like, you just have to learn to, like, okay, move on. It's not, like, that big of a deal. You know? It's not this magical thing. I'm just letting you know. It's not like this magical thing. And you don't get to know, you don't really learn women by fucking around with a bunch of women. Like, you kind of do, but like, I don't know, dude. This whole thing is it's just so weird. The way that they look at it is as if like relationships and sex is so difficult to get. It's not.
A lot of the bottom 80% of men really haven't dealt with women like that.
Like what? Okay. Fucking them and leaving them?
So.
Okay. Like, the problem is that none of this is coming from her personal experience. She's just like saying something someone else did, because she's like never had sex before. She's a fucking virgin. She's like a 6'2" like fucking virgin. You know, so she's listening to like Fresh and Fit or whoever else said the same things, which they're also wrong, but at least they have life experience that dictates this. So they're genuine when they say it. But
now, when we're talking about men in general, most men are the bottom 80% of men. Sure. So most men are not getting a lot of attention from women. And when a woman does give them attention, it's like, dear God, she can, and we've all seen this in our personal life. When a reformed 304 runs game on your brother.
What's a reformed 304?
Or your, you know, whoever it is. Some nice guy. Now, the reason
okay. What is she saying?
And please stop me. Oh, fuck. Now, the reason that it's good for men is because the more, and I'm not saying they should be absolute whores, but the more experience they have with women, the more they can decipher a good woman from a bad woman.
You could say the same thing with women, with men. You could decipher. That's what happens. We always talk about women getting inflated egos, because what happens is guys that are more attractive than them hit on them and try to, and then they start feeling like they're more attractive than they are. But eventually, as they fuck with the guys that are more attractive than them, they realize that they're just there to use them, and they eventually they come back down from to earth with their standards. So men and women fundamentally, without getting complicated, should date. You don't need to fuck around with everybody. Should date to learn about other people, learn about what you want, learn about other people and yourself, and the different boundaries that you'll be willing to put up, right? So like some people will like kind of allow some of their boundaries to get pulled down by somebody else, And then they learn through experience of like, oh, I probably shouldn't have let that. Like, oh, here's a good boundary. For instance, a woman might be like, I'm not gonna have sex with a guy on the first date, and then like some really attractive guy is like, oh, I want to fuck you, and they fuck on the first date, and then he leaves her afterwards because he was just looking for pussy and he pretended that he cared about her. Then she learns through that experience, oh, I probably want to keep that boundary up there, right? Very simple.
And the more men have more options and sleep around or whatever, because remember, the average girl is talking to multiple men. Okay. You know, let's just be honest. Modern women today behave like men. And so when I first heard this, like, you should sleep.
What does that mean? That they talk to multiple people? That's just equality. Who cares?
Around, I was like, disgusting. Haram. Until I realized that there's a lot of predatory women. And
predatory women? I wouldn't even call fuckboys predatory men. Why are you calling them predators? Do you like? I don't like this normalization of calling things fucking predatory. Predatory is like really intense. Predatory is, hey guys, I'm gonna be 35 years old and I'm gonna go to bars and clubs and look for girls who are like freshly 18 that somehow got in here who are getting drunk, and I'm not gonna drink, and I'm gonna take them home and I'm gonna sleep with them. And then when they get sexually assaulted by other men and they express that to me, I'm gonna say that it was your fault. You should have picked a better man. That's predatory. Okay. What's the predatory aspect of these women? Like, not even like, again, being a fuckboy isn't even predatory. So what are you talking about? What is predatory? Like, you're just using buzzwords to make men feel like victims so that they'll like you again. You're a goober. You're a silly goober. Look, even her own comments are calling her out.
The only
as a man myself, this will not make you feel better about yourself. It'll make you feel like shit. Okay.
Great way that men can pick the right girl and not be fooled by a predatory woman.
What is a predatory woman?
Knows how to, come on, guys, and let's stop acting like there's just these warning signs and the men can always tell. Some girls are really good at putting on a front. Like,
sure, so are that guys.
Let's just be honest. The average guy
needs to
deal with multiple women so he can decipher a good woman from a bad woman.
The average person should deal with multiple people. You don't have to have sex with them, but just so that they can learn a little bit. What are you talking about?
And really see who's actually interested in him.
Okay.
Because haven't you ever talked to a dude that's just like obsessed with one girl and you're just like, there's more women out there. It's okay.
Sure. Okay.
Now, yeah, so that's why.
Okay. You didn't really explain anything. You just said words. Men
should sleep around.
Okay.
And it's also...
Here's a reason why they shouldn't. Sexually transmitted diseases. People in general with lower sexual body counts tend to be happier in their relationships in a long-term capacity. I got the statistic right here. I have it on hand. This is men. The percentage of married adults who report one lifetime partner by sex on birth chart. And then you see how... oh, wait, this wasn't the right one. This is the right page, but this isn't the right chart. Right, here you go. The relationship between sexual history and marital satisfaction. The more partners, the lower the satisfaction rate is reported, right? And you see that men are the yellow line, and they're actually higher satisfaction rate with lower partners. My point is that you shouldn't actively, intentionally try to have sex. You know, doesn't mean that you shouldn't have any sex. I'm just saying that, like, statistically, the more bodies means, like, less happiness in a relationship. So, like, I say get some of it out, because everybody's a little different, but to say men should. It's crazy. What was her last relationship? I don't even know.
How do they deal with women in the modern world? Okay. This was a hard pill for me to swallow.
Okay.
Because I would hear them talk about it, and I would be like, what? Well, I didn't do that wild stuff. Well, it doesn't matter if you did an individual woman. We're not talking about you.
Okay.
We're talking about women as a group. They're more promiscuous than ever. They're speaking to more men than ever.
Yeah, they are. Who cares? That's not a bad thing. Which just they're more free to not be shamed for slut shamed, so they fuck around a little more. Who cares?
As a whole.
Okay.
So if a man wants to find a good one, again, he has to deal with the multiple.
Ooh, okay.
And in order to impress them, he has to be more of a smooth talker than ever, because otherwise she's going to go with the guy that's more of a smooth talker.
Yeah, it's called having confidence. Okay.
He's got to be more accomplished than ever, because again, we have social media, so now we have access to all the men, right?
I guess.
Right?
I mean, it depends on the woman, right? So, like, if a woman's looking for I guess they should be accomplished. That's a good thing for them to be more accomplished, but doesn't have to be crazy. Yeah, get like a good job. For the most part, you just have to be a little better than your own dating pool, I suppose. But okay.
Otherwise, he's not going to be able to compete.
Okay.
can you blame him?
For what?
Can you blame him? I can't blame him for that. This is just a response to us. Now,
I don't understand.
Everyone will just say I'm grifting and pandering and blah, blah, blah. But because I used to think like you guys. But the more I listened, I was like, oh, well, no wonder. Okay, well, no wonder they're dealing with us like this. Anyways, okay, I think I need a
What the fuck are you saying?
hair tie. Jeez. All right, don't make fun of me. I just learned how to curl my hair, so I'm not very good at it yet. But anyways, that's why it's good for men to sleep around. I don't like it. I'm not a pro.
It's not good to sleep around, but again, guys, it's good to experience different people, I suppose. That's still what it is.
But I understand where they're coming from. Let me know in the comments. I know a lot of the conservative crowd doesn't like this take. But to me, men are just solution-minded. And the other thing is, if women settled down when we were young, like when you think about it, women are really in control of relationships nowadays. Because in the modern world, sex tends to come before relationship. Now, I know all the comments will say, but I didn't do that. Okay, but we're talking about women as a whole, society as a whole.
Sure.
So women are choosing to get married in their late 20s. So now it's harder to impress them. Or 30s in the UK. And, you know, they've been through more, they've done more, and...
Okay.
Yeah, men sleeping around. I mean, men like to sleep around. I mean, come on. But a lot of it is just a response to the way we act. So
men like to sleep around, but also it's women's fault. Men like to sleep. This is like the weird problem I'm having here. Like, men do like to sleep around. Men are more sexually promiscuous. I think that's a fact, right? There are some women who are more promiscuous. There are some men who are less promiscuous. But men like to sleep around. But it's not because of women in the sense that, like, because women are having more experience, men are sleeping around. It's like it's just a weird... It's like she's just looking for excuses to blame women for something that, like, isn't a problem necessarily. Dudes are horny. And she's like, yeah, that's women's fault because they've been doing more promiscuous stuff. No, it's women's fault because they have tits. I mean, like, but it's not really women's fault. We're just dogs. But it's like a weird way of blaming women. It's just like just trying to get I gotta blame women for something quota.
Sorry, guys. You can call me a pander or grifter, whatever, all you want. This is just the way I see it.
You're just kind of an idiot.
But let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm mistaken. I got it all wrong. Let me know. Like the video. Bye.
Bro, all honesty, that was the most embarrassing Pearl video I've ever seen. Because before this, I've seen this video, all the content I've seen from her, like, you knew she was full of shit and not saying anything particularly intelligent, and she's saying nothing based off of her own life experience, but at least she's a little more articulate in what she's saying. This just kind of felt like her blabbering. Like, she was just kind of like word vomiting to try to get a video out. Like, she had a thought, hey guys, let me talk to people about why men should fuck around with as many women as possible. Make sure I tell people I'm not a grifting panderer. Also, let me blame women for it as well somehow. And then ask everybody to comment down below by saying, let me know with the comments. This was just like a fucking head scratcher. Who's left that likes her?